Okay, so example 1, we're solving for x, but first we got to get our trig function by itself. So I see I have cosine of x minus the square root of 3 equals negative cosine of x. So I'm going to go ahead and move the cosine from the left to the right side by subtracting it. Oops, my pen's not on. So subtract the cosine of x from both sides. And so we do that, we got the negative square root of 3 equals negative 2 cosine of x. Still trying to get cosine by itself, so divide by negative 2. So we end up with cosine of x equals negative over negative is positive, square root of 3 over 2. Now we have to think back. Remember, all students take calculus, and so this tells us where our trig functions are positive. Here we're looking for where cosine is positive, so we're looking in quadrants 1 and quadrants 4. Now, but we're not restricted. Sometimes they'll tell us they only want the answer between like 0 and up to, but not including 2 pi. This one doesn't restrict us, so we're going to have to think. We could just keep going and going and going in circles here on our unit circle. So, but first, let's just look for the ones that are in quadrants 1 and quadrant 4. So in quadrant 1, I'll look at my unit circle and I find where cosine is square root of 3 over 2. Remember, my unit circle, cosine is my x value. So look at your ordered pairs. And you see in quadrant 1 that your x value is at pi over 6. I'm sorry, well, your x value, the square root of 3 over 2, is the angle, which is pi over 6. But remember, I just said it could keep going and going in circles. So if I go another circle, I could add 2 pi to it. And if I go another circle, I could add 2 pi, and another circle, I'd add another 2 pi. So what we do is we put the pi over 6 plus 2 pi in, and this is where n is an integer. And that would also cover if we went clockwise on our circles, because we'd be going with a negative number, so then n would still be an integer, just be a negative one. Alright, then in quadrant 4, look and see where your x value is a square root of 3 over 2, and you'll find that that angle is at 11 pi over 6. And then the same thing, we can keep going round and round in circles, so we're going to put plus 2 pi in. And those are my two answers for that one.